Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome to a quick little video here. And basically, with the big Shabby Mania pay-per-view out the way, I've been discussing with PJ Tovey, and we have looked at doing, very similar to WWE, our own Shabby shake-up. So the rosters are going to be adjusted slightly. In this video, we'll be looking at all the new people that Mayhem has gained in this shake-up. And I think you're going to be surprised. There's some big names changing brands, and also quite a few people joining the rosters that were undrafted. But without further ado, let's cut straight to the Mayhem Arena, the new Mayhem Arena, and we'll see who PJ Tovey has managed to get a hold of. And here we go with our first name moving from Throwdown to Mayhem. And the first look at our new Mayhem Arena as well. It is going to be the Macho Man Randy Savage. He will now be on Mayhem, and what a big massive first pick that is for PJ Tovey, drafting him over onto that Mayhem brand. And the second man moving from Throwdown to Mayhem is going to be Hiroshi Tanahashi. The man, of course, had a great opportunity on Throwdown to get himself the #1 contendership for the Throwdown Championship. Of course, was unsuccessful against Kazuchika Okada, and now he finds himself moving across to the Mayhem brand. Will he have more luck over here? He's a top-class wrestler and a very, very good pick for PJ Tovey. And here is the third new member of PJ Tovey's Mayhem roster. It is Y2j Chris Jericho, a man that I picked for my roster, and I never really used him as much as I really should have done. And now here he is on Mayhem, trying to get a better opportunity, and I'm pretty sure PJ Tovey is going to give him that opportunity he deserves. Top-class wrestler Chris Jericho. And yeah, I gave him opportunities, but not real easy opportunities. He was involved in six-mans and all that sort of stuff, and he wants a little bit better. He wants to have a change of scenery, and here he is now making his way from Throwdown over to Mayhem, and that's another big pick. And here is the next man moving from Throwdown to Mayhem. It is going to be Eddie Guerrero, a massive pick this one. Not only a great option for the television championship, also maybe even the Mayhem championship, and even the Cruiserweight championship over on Octane as well. So PJ Tovey really covering all aspects with this pick, and it is a massive one. Again, somebody who's not had massive opportunities so far on Throwdown, and I'm sure PJ Tovey will be hoping to use him a bit more here on Mayhem, and I'm sure he will get a bit more use out of him as well. Massive pick again for PJ Tovey. And here is the next pick. It is going to be Jake the Snake Roberts, a man that myself and PJ Tovey saw at our first ever live wrestling show, Jake Roberts. And since then, we've both been massive fans. And here he is making his way into Mayhem, of course with Damien in the bag as well. And here is PJ Tovey's 6th new member of the roster, and completely new this one. Not coming from Throwdown, coming from the undrafted pool. It is going to be Dean Ambrose joining the Mayhem roster, and he could be very effective, especially with some of the plans that PJ Tovey has coming up pretty soon as well. And here we go, here's PJ Tovey's next new member of the roster. Again, it's not somebody stolen, it's somebody taken from the undrafted pool, and of course it is going to be Christopher Daniels. A really good pick, this one. Again, very effective on Mayhem, but also going to be a massive influence over on Octane as well, the Cruiserweight show. And this is a massive pick for PJ Tovey. I like this one. I'm a bit annoyed at myself for not thinking of this one myself, really. And next here is a man that PJ Tovey is a massive fan of, and that is Ken Shamrock. Again, bit of a surprise to some people out there, but it does fit in perfectly what PJ Tovey has planned in the future. And of course, you'll have to keep an eye on Mayhem to figure out exactly what that is. But Ken Shamrock is joining the Mayhem roster. And here we go with PJ Tovey's next new draft picks. And it is going to be a new stable, again from the undrafted part. It is going to be Sanity. As you can see, Eric Young there at the front, Alexander Wolf, and Killian Dane there at the back as well. And of course, PJ Tovey already has Nikki Cross on this roster as well. A very strong stable joining the roster. And another very strong tag team as well. And PJ Tovey's next steal to shake up the Mayhem roster is going to be the Reborn stable, a stable that we created over on Throwdown over the last month or so. Of course, John Morris in the middle, Matt Sydal on the left, and PJ Black on the right. All three of these guys now joining the Mayhem roster, and it's also a very strong presence on Octane as well. And now we move on to PJ Toby's next new roster members, and it is, as you can see, going to be from the undrafted pool once again. It is going to be the Dudley Boyz, Bubba Ray and Devon. A very good new tag team for PJ Toby to add to his roster, but also two guys that, again, very, very well fit into what PJ Toby has in mind coming up very, very soon. And we will be announcing that in our next episode of Mayhem, so be sure to keep an eye out for that one. But a good solid pick for PJ Toby, the Dudley Boyz. And also joining the Dudley Boyz on the Mayhem roster is going to be Tama Tonga and Tanga Roa, the Gorillas of Destiny. A tag team that has been requested a few times now, and they're finally making their way here to the Mayhem roster. And PJ Toby's next new members on the roster are going to be Beer Money, a massive pick for PJ Toby. Two potential main eventers, and of course, massive contenders for the tag team championships as well. And the next pick, here they are, the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara. A very good pick for Octane as well, and going to add a lot more diversity into the tag team division here on Mayhem. And PJ Toby's next roster pick is going to be the Japanese buzzsaw himself, Tajiri, again being taken from the undrafted pot. Very good asset for PJ Toby there. Like I said, he's got something planned to come up very, very soon, but also Tajiri could be a force to be reckoned with over on Octane as well. And the next pick, again, maybe a little bit outside the box for some of you guys, but PJ Toby does have his plans. And it is Bam Bam Bigelow joining the Mayhem roster. And, yeah, Bam Bam is as bad as they come, isn't he? He's going to add a much-needed bite to the Mayhem roster. And he's going to put a few people, I should imagine, on Hot Alert as well. And here we have our final male superstar joining the Mayhem roster. It is going to be from the undrafted pool. Once again, it is Colt Cabana. And this was requested by somebody, but I must admit, I can't remember who it was. So I will find out by the time we hit our first episode of Mayhem. But Colt Cabana joining the Mayhem roster. Maybe going to join it with his good friend, of course, CM Punk. Who knows? So as I just said, that was all of the male superstars, or the male wrestlers, should I say. Do not say the word superstars. The male wrestlers joining the Mayhem roster. Now we get to look at the female wrestlers joining the Mayhem roster. And first of all, PJ Toby's picked the Dollhouse, so former Throwdown Women's Champion Jade and Marty Bell, a very, very good tag team joining the Mayhem roster, but also two very strong females in their own right, going for the Mayhem Championship possibly. And here is another new member to PJ Toby's female roster, and I don't know, I really don't. Ignore the Women's Championship, the game is bugged out. If I go in and check the title management, she does not have the belt. The game is absolute trash, this game. It really is. It never works the way it's supposed to. But Dana Brooke is joining the Mayhem roster from Throwdown. Of course, she was teaming up originally with Charlotte, and that didn't really last too long. Now on her own, or working alongside Emma as well, Dana Brooke joins Mayhem. And the next female to join PJ Toby's Mayhem roster is going to be the Queen of Staten Island, is Carmella. Interesting one, this one from PJ Toby. A little bit outside the box, Carmella, but I think she's a bit of an underdog that could potentially go up and challenge that championship. You never know. And the next new member of PJ Toby's roster, it's going to be Dana Brooke's new tag team partner, Emma. Again, somebody who might not actually get the props that she deserves sometimes. I think this version of Emma, the heel version of Emma, is very effective and recently returned in real life as well. And I think we might see a lot more of her here on PJ Toby's Mayhem roster as well. And last but not least, joining PJ Toby's roster from the undrafted pool is going to be Ivory. Big pick for the women's roster here on Mayhem. Really going to throw a spanner in the works, this one. So there we go. That is the end of the shake-up here for Mayhem. And I think you can pretty much see they've done very well out of this. They've picked up a lot of very, very strong single stars, tag teams, and females as well. And a couple of really good cheeky stables. So I think PJ Toby will be very, very happy with what he's got. Of course, what I have done, I've gone over to the blogger and I have completely updated the rosters. So if you want to see exactly who is on the Mayhem roster now, you can nip over there in the link in the description below. Just for just for reference really, because I always struggle, because I think this roster now is close to 100 names, as is the Throwdown one as well, so I generally get confused and forget who's on each roster, so the detail is there should you need it. Of course, if you have enjoyed this one, like and subscribe, all that other good stuff. Let me know in the comment section below how you think PJ Toby has done in this shake-up, and of course, in a couple of days' time, we will see who Throwdown has gained in the shake-up as well. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all very, very soon for the Throwdown Shabby Shake-Up.